Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Selects Academy at South Cat School 15 National Ice Hockey on YouTube. This afternoon, the Academy taking on the Yale U15. We are live at the Northford Ice Pavilion in Northford, Connecticut. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Wells Aiken. Today, joined by my longtime partner at Westchester, Scott Willard. Scotty Too Hotty, welcome to the broadcast.
It's great to be back, Wells. What a pleasure.
And we'll just take a look here. Because I got a little treat for Scotty here. We'll take a look at this will be Scotty and I last year working at the will come up here for me. Let's see if we can get it to come up. Give it just a second here, Scott.
I'm curious, Long Island or upstate New York, Wells? That's what I'm wondering.
I believe it's upstate New York if I can get it to go.
So that my infant squealing when the overtime goal was scored is what I'm sure you're trying to reply.
I've got it's a still shot I've got that I believe Robin Barrasso took of us. And it's not going to go for me. I don't know why we keep having trouble with these graphics, but maybe it'll come up in a second. Anyway, so coming into this game, South Kent 9-1-1 on the season. And they come off a 4-1 win yesterday over the Neponset Valley River Rats U15 squad. And yesterday, goals by Cook, 2 by Williams, and 1 by DeRoche. Charlie DeRoche getting his first goal of the season at the point for the Academy. And Scotty, tell us a little bit about this Yale U15 squad.
Well, as you might expect, Wells, it's a bit of a potluck situation, depending on closed weekends at individual schools. But some leadership from Aiden Cobb, who you certainly remember last year as a very productive scorer, and Aiden Hotchkiss, who's creating a lot of trouble for opposing defenses, as well as Zach Van Dale, who I'm not sure you're familiar with, a kid out of Arizona who's at Choate this fall and has been extremely productive and really working hard. In the nets, Xander Rolfe and Karma Andronovich doing a great job keeping pucks out of the net, and hopefully what we'll see today is a pretty exciting game from this group.
All right, so the Academy coming off a loss last weekend to the Neponset Valley River Rats U16 squad, rebounds yesterday with a 4-1 win over their U15 squad. And Yale and South Kent have developed quite a rivalry at all levels over the last couple of seasons, as the 15s last year played the Yale U15s in the National Championship semifinal, and that game ended in rather dramatic fashion as the Academy took a lead with just over a minute to play, and then on kind of a fluky goal and a clearing attempt on a shorthanded situation, put it off the back end of one of their own defenders, in past netminder Trevor Giverovsky, and Yale went on to win that game in overtime and went on to win the national championship last year. So
it sounded to me, Wells, like that was the final, that semifinal, if most of the reports from Arizona were accurate.
It certainly felt like it. If you were there at the game, actually, were you at that game? I was, and I know we were all out in Arizona together with Westchester.
I think I might have been by the pool for that game, Wells.
By the pool. There it is, and there is Scott Willard and I last year.
Veronica Allen, great support for the Westchester Express.
Now, of course, us being a great dynamic duo led me to think of other great dynamic duos in history, and we'll see if that graphic comes up. Things are a little slow to load today.
Now you're making me nervous.
You should be nervous, Scott. We'll see if that graphic will come up here. And it may come up in just a minute as we continue to get ready here. Teams not quite ready to take the ice yet, as we're letting this ice settle down a little bit. A couple U18 games prior to us. And Veronica Allen in the background there in that picture as the teams take the ice here in Northford. So tell us about the Yale weekend so far, Scotty.
Yesterday, it was an interesting weekend for the Yale squad that's had a little bit of a hard time finding the back of the net. But yesterday, 2 6-0 games, which it looked to me, started with a lot of taking advantage of mistakes from their opposition.
And I think we've got our dynamic
there
duos up. We got Bill and Hillary. We got Pierre.
We got Pierre and Phil, which
Castle. We got Jigs McDonald and Eddie Westfall. We got, of course, Ed Sullivan and Topo Gigio. We got Bill and Monica Lewinsky. We got
and then Doc and
we got Gary,
and Chico Resch.
Gary Hart and Donna Rice up there. Sonny and Cher. Danny Noonan and Judge Smales. We got Al Chervick and Ty Webb. We got Snooky and JWoww. And we got our current president and Rocket Man down here in the corner. So, and then, of course, Howard Cosell and OJ. I knew Howard Cosell was going to find his way on this screen. And then, of course, the bromance of all time, Adam Levine and Blake Shelton down there, and Mike Emmerich and Chico Resch. So let's take a look at the Academy lineup. At 4, the Academy, Ryan Micknich, who was surprised starting yesterday as he was supposed to be scratched with an injury, but he played and played effectively. Ryan Micknich from Anchorage, Alaska. Victor Chidek-Air, Jack Williams, the Northeastern commit. Colin Anna from Odessa, Florida. Nick DeSantis, Will Rinaldi, Justin Gordon, Jake Staper, Jack Gorton, Jaden Boreanaz, and Tyler Silverstein, both from California, centered by Felix Gavers from Latvia. On defense, Charlie DeRoche, Caden Varga, Austin Cook, Frank Jurasevich, Josh Steele, and Aiden Erishman. And in net for the Academy today, Tommy Aiken. Let's take a look inside the numbers for the Academy. These have not been updated from yesterday. We do the best we can here, but we're not miracle workers. So these stats coming into the weekend, Nick DeSantis and Jack Williams.
That looks like a miracle for me, Wes. You're doing a great job this season.
DeSantis and Williams both with 19 points. Williams adding 2 goals yesterday. Also Cook with a tally. He has now 5 goals and 5 assists on the season. And as we said, Charlie DeRoche getting his first goal, 1 goal and 5 assists now on the season for him. Bennett Jung leading the team in wins with 5. Aiken 1 behind with 4. And Jung also having 2 shutouts on the season. Aiken leading in goals against and save percentage, as Nick DeSantis also leads the team in assists, as we take a look at the lineup for the Yale Bulldogs with about a minute to go in warm-ups here. Let's see if we can get that lineup to come up. There it is for the Yale Bulldogs. Number 9, Aiden Cobb. Number 10, Aiden Hotchkiss. Number 11, the program says Robert Barrasso, but if I remember from New York correctly when we were up at States.
That's actually pronounced Big Bobby Barrasso.
Thank you, sir. Danny Faricelli, number 12. Number 13, Kyle Stover. Number 14, Hayden Riva. Number 15, Ben Boyd. Number 16, Cole Brennan. Number 17, Jack Maritolo. Number 18, Kenta Kato.
Straight out of Japan.
Is the Green Lantern anywhere nearby? As we see Kato there. Zachary Van Dale, Philip Macris. Number 22, Jacob Trout. Number 23, CJ Zezima. Number 92, Chris Hibson. On defense, number 2, Birch Gorman. Number 3, Brian Haywood. Number 4, Chris Avalone. Avs back in the house. Number 5, Kyle Krasinski. Number 6, Cam Grillo. Number 7, Big Max Willard out of Taft. And number 8, Cam Partridge. So that'll do it for the lineups as we get set to go here. Taking a look at the My Hockey Rankings. SASKS Academy checking in at number 7, and the Yale Bulldogs checking in at number 30 in the first week of the rankings. So the whistle sounding here to end warm-ups. As we are getting set to go here from Northford, and we'll get these graphics cleared so we can get you live game action here in just a second. Scott, Yale has another game today, correct?
They will be playing another game. They've played against the North Jersey Avalanche 15 team once this season. I believe at the River Rat Jamboree, and that's who they have this afternoon at 5:30.
And as we take a look at all the My Hockey rankings, the U18 team checking in at number 2 and the U16 team checking in at number 3. So all 3 SASKS Academy teams ranked in the top 10 as the teams gather at their benches. And we get set to play here as what is sure to be a big rivalry this year between these 2 in-state Connecticut teams.
And the next time they see each other, Wells, I think we're looking at 2 weeks or 3 weeks away.
Yep, it's the Yale, let's check that. It's the South Kent Fall Family Weekend. And they will play a home-and-home series, 1 game here at Northford, and 1 game up at the Admiral James and Sybil Stockdale Arena in beautiful South Kent, Connecticut, as we get set to go here. And we are looking live at the Northford Ice Pavilion Red Rink here. And I say live, but due to the incredibly bad Wi-Fi in this arena,
it's called live-ish.
We are on tape delay.
Carmine in net for the Yale Bulldogs.
So it'll be Carmine Andronovich to our right, Tommy Aiken to our left, as Chinekiner steps in on the draw with Aiden Hotchkiss, and the Academy will control off the draw. In the zone now, behind the Academy net, Caden Varga there with Frank Durasevich. Puck comes up the right wing side now, where Williams will chase for the Academy, and now Miknich moving in the zone. That is Haywood there for Yale. He chips it up the right wing side, battle on the right wing wall, and it's sent back around near side now, where Yale will control, as Aiden Cobb is on the left wing boards. And the Academy able to keep it in there as Williams has the puck in behind Andronovich. Centering pass for Chinekiner. Chinekiner spins, he's bodied off there. His shot goes wide of goal and goes into the near side corner now, where Hotchkiss will control for Yale. The puck looked like it might have been hit with a high stick, but the referees allow that to allow play to continue. And we play on here, and we're going to get our first call of the game here, a tripping penalty.
Between two old friends there, Wells.
Two old line mates, Aiden Cobb and Jack Williams. And they lock skates together, and with 21:35 left to go here in the first half, the Academy is going to go on the power play, as Aiden Cobb's going to head to the box for 2 minutes for tripping. So face-off will come outside the Academy zone, across from the Academy bench. The Academy will send out Nick DeSantis, Victor Chinekiner, and Jack Williams, with Austin Cook and Charlie DeRoche at the points, as Cook controls in behind Aiken. Cook challenged there on the breakout pass, but it will go to DeRoche, and he will come on out of the zone, gain the red line, and skate on into the Yale zone. DeRoche on the left side wall. DeRoche back for Cook. Cook at the point. Cook will shoot, saved by Andronovich. That puck bounces loose in front, but it's cleared away there nicely by Cam Grillo, and all the way down where Aiken will play it behind the goal line for South Kent. He will turn and leave it there for DeRoche, as DeRoche comes out the right wing side. Academy not getting much going on the power play here yet, just 30 seconds in. Centering pass for Williams. Williams drops it back for DeSantis, I don't believe intentionally, as he fanned on the dangle there, and it comes back now to the point. Shot in on goal, that goes wide, and DeSantis will skate to the puck but not win the race to it, as it will come around for Chinekiner. Chinekiner coming off the wall. He sends it down low for DeSantis. DeSantis out to the point to Cook. Cook sends it over for DeRoche. Chinekiner, rather. It comes in, now that it was DeRoche. Now DeRoche controls again in the far corner. DeRoche back for Cook at the point. Cook sends it down low for Chinekiner. Chinekiner's shot, pad save by Andronovich, as the Academy will control now. Williams over for Chinekiner. Chinekiner back to the point. Shot in on goal there by Cook. That goes high and wide of goal, as Grillo tries to clear it there. Comes around for Chinekiner. Chinekiner, centering pass, tipped in, wide of goal by DeRoche, and he will chase down in the corner there. And he's challenged by two Yale players, and they will clear it all the way down, as Aiken will field it here with 22 seconds left on the penalty to Cobb. Behind the goal, Cook challenged, but he escapes and comes out in front. On the breakout, sends it up the right wing side for Felix Gavers. Gavers coming in over the blue line. Gavers tries to go around a defender and sends it for Rinaldi. Rinaldi, the Linfield Mass native, sends it back to the point to Varga. He chips it in, shot in on goal. Andronovich with the pad stop, and Rinaldi comes near side the corner now for the Academy. Gavers in the right wing corner, as the penalty has expired. Both teams at even strength, so a successful kill here for the Yale Bulldogs, as Justin Gordon controls in the left wing corner, comes back to the point, shot in on goal. That's deflected, and Andronovich with the save off the tip from Justin Gordon. In the corner now, Yale with the puck. That appears to be Riva, although hard to tell from this angle. Coming out of the zone, that is Riva. Riva will dump it deep into the left-hand corner, where Varga will chase for the Academy. Varga, hounded by Riva. And that puck will come out the right wing side to Rinaldi. Rinaldi will fit it up for Gordon. Gordon will dump it in, as he will head to the bench for a change, and Gavers in on the forecheck. Gavers bodies off Kwasinski there along the right wing boards, and the puck will come up into the Yale bench. We'll get a stoppage in play here. 18:44 left to go in the first half.
How's the power play been this year so far for the Academy?
It's been good. I think they're still trying to find each other and figure out how they're going to work together. So it's been effective, but I don't think it's been earth-shattering so far this season. Off the draw, Jake Stapert out there with Colin Anna and Jack Gorton. And that'll go into the corner for Partridge. Partridge will send it around near side. Strong hit there as it comes back to Aiden Erishman. He will field that puck and dump it in far corner, where Partridge will send it around near side and will come up the left wing boards for Trout. Trout bodied off there hard by Stapert, and Josh Steele will chase and battle there with Cole Brennan.
And big Bobby Barrasso.
Hard to get used to him wearing number 11. Puck centered by Barrasso. That's picked off there by the Academy. Puck comes to the point, but not out. Shot in on goal. And that is blocked up high by Gordon as it comes down low now for Steele. Steele battling with, looks like Trout, as the Academy will come out of the zone. And a hard hit there along the boards by Aiden Cobb as he takes out Jake Stapert. And Yale will control its center ice. That is not 5-tool player Mike Trout. Stolen behind the net, coming around in the wraparound. But that puck squirts loose and off to the right wing side where DeSantis will control. DeSantis coming through center. DeSantis moving around the defense. Centers it in front for Gordon, and that shot goes wide as DeSantis comes off the left wing wall. Justin Gordon now turns it, fires, it scores! Justin Gordon off the nice work there between he and Nick DeSantis. And the 15s go up 1-0. I don't know if Andronovich got a good look at that as that shot came through a screen there, Scotty.
It sure did, yeah. One or two bodies in front of Carmine, but that was good pressure there.
So Justin Gordon starting to find the scoring touch. That's his second goal in, I believe, the last 3 games.
Looks like we have Avs working on the right wing here. And a little bit of an unfamiliar spot from last year, Wells.
Might be a set play off the draw where Avs is up and the forward is back looking to jump the draw, but doesn't look like they'll get that going. They do win the draw back. Sometimes I've seen the Academy do that, Scotty, where they'll put a defenseman up at wing and a forward back at the point. They chip it ahead and try to have that forward jump the draw and split the D. Off the draw now, shot in on goal. That goes wide of Aiken. That will come near side now as the Academy will come out of the zone. And Gordon in down the right wing side, 2-on-1 with DeSantis. He leaves it for Rinaldi. Rinaldi shoots, saved by Andronovich. Puck loose in the slot. Durasevich coming in, he shoots and scores! Frank Durasevich following up on the hard work there by Rinaldi, DeSantis, and Gordon. And he buries the shot from high in the slot past Andronovich. And the Academy will lead 2-0 here. 16:53 left to go in period number 1.
And we're 1 of 2 today. Is that right, Wells? We're playing 2:25s or
2:22.5. 45 minutes total. Which is strange because in most of our league games we're playing 17-minute periods. Off the draw, Yale player goes down, no call as Durasevich will dump that into the zone. That'll go in behind the Yale netminder Andronovich. It'll come out to Cook at the point. Cook sends a puck in to the right for Williams. Williams challenged there by Kwasinski. It'll come around for Miknich. He'll send it back to the point. That gets sent deeper for Williams. Williams looking at his options, goes to the point, shot in by Cook, and Andronovich will smother and hang on. 16:27 left to go in the half. Ironic that it's a football Sunday and we're playing halves here at the Northford Ice Pavilion.
This red team, well, certainly not afraid to shoot the puck. That's something that the boys in the Yale squad have had a little bit of difficulty thinking about this year.
Off the draw, a little bit of a rugby scrum there as Colin Anna controls now and will dump it deeper. And on this football Sunday, everyone stood for the national anthem here at Northford Ice Pavilion as the puck will come back to the point. Now, this is hockey where we avoid political controversy, so that'll be the first and last comment on that issue today. We know what John Tortorella had to say about that last year. Shot in on goal, Aiken will glove that. Oh, talk, guys. Got to see some talking out there. Aiken was waiting for the whistle. It wasn't coming because there was no pressure, and the D just skated away, and then Aiken just dropped the puck to his right. Shot in on goal. Aiken will leave it there for Cook. And I want to see a little better communication there between the netminder and his defense. As the puck comes in over the zone line, this is Miknich. Miknich now. Centers it for Chudekadair. Chudekadair kicks it up, tries to kick it up to his stick. It goes in off of Andronovich's pad. And Chudekadair battling in the corner there with Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss kicks it around the wall. And looks like Cobb will control there momentarily, but now Williams. Williams and Chudekadair along with Miknich. Miknich with the puck, looking to center. That thwarted by Partridge. Teams battling in the near side corner. Cobb coming in to help out. And now Hotchkiss will control and come out of the zone. sending it up for
Van Dale.
Van Dale moving down the right wing side. His backhander goes wide of goal. Puck comes in around as Kwasinski there pinching. And we're going to get a penalty here coming up. Looks like that's going to be on, I believe, the Academy. As we've got a slash, although the Yale player seems to be talking to the referee. So we'll see who that is. Well, it looks like we're going to get Yale with a penalty here. That's going to be Kwasinski going off on the slash with 14:49 left to go here in the period. And he slams the door. He's none too happy about that call, Scotty Willard.
A little bit of a frequent flyer this season, Wilson.
Got it, Scotty. So the Academy on their second power play. Did not score on the first one. As off the draw, the Academy will control, and this is Varga now. Varga coming up the right wing side. He will dump it deep, and Williams will chase in the left wing corner. Williams has the puck come off of his stick. Clearing pass is controlled at the point and sent over for Varga. Varga's shot goes high and wide of goal. Durasevich now at the left point. Durasevich sending it deeper for Gordon. Puck will come low, left-hand corner, back to Durasevich, over for Varga. Varga down low for Gavers, and now to Gordon. Gavers, Gordon, Williams out there with Durasevich and Varga. Chip pass over for Varga. Bouncing puck, he controls and leaves for Gavers. Gavers can't field it. Not too sure if there's many shortstops in Latvia there, Scotty, but Gavers could have used a little bit of the shortstop on that bouncing puck as he comes back the other way now. Felix Gavers moving down the right wing side. Gavers cutting to the middle. Gavers thwarted there, and Yale will control and clear it out of the zone. Durasevich back to chase for the Academy. Frank Durasevich, another former member of the Westchester Express, as well as the New Jersey Colonials last year, Scotty.
Yep.
Up the right wing side now, and through center comes DeSantis. DeSantis moving over the blue line. DeSantis looking to go around Gorman. Gorman challenges. Is it sent to the point for Durasevich and over for Cook? Back to Durasevich. That'll go down low for Chinekanair. Chinekanair will chip for DeSantis. DeSantis back for Chinekanair. Chinekanair to the point now. Shot in on goal by Cook. Saved by Andronovich. It'll come out to the left-hand side where DeRoche will control. Back for Cook. DeRoche now. DeRoche walking off the wall. Sends it for Chinekanair. His shot, right pad stop by Andronovich. Cook walks in. His shot is blocked there by Zezima. As back the other way comes Yale, shot it on goal. Aiken will glove that, and this time communicate effectively with Austin Cook as he leaves it there for the Academy defenseman from
Big Bobby.
Big Bobby Barrasso steals the puck at center ice. Aiken handles and backhands up for Chinekanair. Chinekanair sends it over for DeSantis. DeSantis coming through the center with Williams. Williams trying to use the defenseman as a screen there. His shot goes off a leg and wide, and Cook will chase now for the Academy. Cook hounded there by Brennan. So used to seeing Cobb wearing 16, even though for Westchester. But that is Brennan, as the puck will go in behind Aiken, and Trout will chase there for Yale. Trout battling in the corner there. Puck will come out to the point. Shot in on goal, deflected, and came short side for Brennan, and he's not able to find the bouncing puck as he had a wide open net there, and the puck just squirted over his stick and into the near side corner. Academy controlling there. Out of the zone comes DeSantis. DeSantis sends it up the left wing side for Chinekanair, just out of his reach, and DeSantis will regroup just inside the Academy line. A dangerous pass that is harmlessly deflected to center by Yale, but could have been picked for a scoring opportunity. Up the right wing side now, that puck will come in off sides, and we'll get a stoppage here with 11:43 left to go in the first period. Thoughts on the play thus far, Scotty?
Well, I know Colbrand will be thinking about that puck that squirted right over his stick. He's got a great scoring touch, Wells, and he's actually found the back of the net a lot in the early part of the season for the Yale team.
Seen a lot of that in the games that I've seen here at Northford. A lot of hockey being played the last couple days. Temperature's still a little bit warm outside, and seen some weird bounces, bouncing pucks, and chances that maybe later in the season with a puck settling down on the ice would be converted.
Oh, I'm sure Tommy would have kicked that out.
I don't know. He was clear on the other side of the net.
A little naked on that one, maybe.
Yeah. As the Bulldogs send it all the way down.
Yeah, look at that bounce.
That will come in behind Aiken. Gorton now on the wall. He's bodied off as Cobb chases for Yale. Cobb in behind the goal. Cobb circling. Cobb looking at his options, sends it back to the point for Partridge. Partridge will shoot. That'll go off an Academy skate. That's blocked by Gorton as it'll come back to Partridge. Partridge is shot in, and Aiken gets a right pad on that as that came through a massive humanity in front. and found a hole at the last second as Yale will chase there, and a
Cam
hard
Grillo
hit by
with a
Cam
heavy hit.
Grillo. A heavy hit there by Cam Grillo. Thank you, Scotty, for that idea as Aiken covers up.
Cam, not a particularly heavy guy. Found his body in the right place against, looked like Frankie in that play.
And we got a penalty here. Looks like this one's going to be on the Academy, and I believe the referee is looking in the direction of Frank Durasevich. And he will go off for the trip here with 10:54 left to go in the first half, and the Academy on top 2-0. So Yale will get their first power play of the game. Scotty, can you tell me about this Yale power play?
It's a work in progress, Wells, I think is probably the right way to describe it. Without the split season dynamic doesn't give the boys a whole lot of chance to hone a particular system, but they've had a little bit of success here and there.
Is this Yale team able to practice much or at all with everybody in prep school?
It's that's a negative. It's not been able to happen so far. They had a 2-day mini camp at the beginning of the season, but that's been what it is.
Gotcha. Shot in on goal. That goes high over Aiken as Yale controls in the corner, setting up well here as Hotchkiss will dish behind the net. And on the far side, that's Hayden Riva. He'll dump it behind the net. That's controlled behind that center pass out front. Aiken will make a right pad stop, and he will cover up, and we'll get a stoppage here. 1:24 left on the penalty to Durasevich. 10:17 left to go in period number 1 from the Northford Ice Pavilion in charming Northford, Connecticut.
Well handled by Tommy there. Aiden Hotchkiss looked like he was pretty hungry.
And Hotchkiss will step in on the draw. He's out there with Van Dale and Riva. That puck comes to the point and squirts over the stick of Grillo. And now Partridge will control for Yale. Partridge challenged there and has the puck taken off his stick by Jack Williams. Williams is hooked, no call. And that puck will get dumped back in deep behind Andronovich, where Grillo will come out of the zone and look to set up for Yale with a minute to go on the power play as Durasevich looks on. On the right wing side now. Academy's right, Yale's left. That will come in for Riva behind the net. Riva sends it back to the point for Partridge. Partridge over for Grillo. Grillo's shot, that goes wide of goal. That'll come around now for Partridge. Partridge sends it deeper for Riva. That'll come back to Partridge. Riva and Partridge playing pitch and catch as it goes behind the net now. Where, check that, that is
Zach
Van Dale. Van Dale will spin and send it back to the point for Grillo. Grillo down low looking for Van Dale, but it will go too far and it will head over for Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss, his pass cross point for Partridge. A little too high and wide as the Academy will change up here for the final 15 of this Yale power play. Yale coming back through center. Aiden Cobb with the puck moving down the left wing side. Cobb trying to turn Varga there. Cobb getting around Varga, but he steers him effectively behind the goal as Cobb leaves it there for Zezima. Zezima's past the point, picked off there by the Academy. And Colin Anno hooked through center. No call as the Academy will turn it over on the marginal hook there that is overlooked by the officials. And back the other way will come South Kent. DeSantis, pass just out of his reach, and back the other way will come Yale. This is Hibson. Hibson turning. Hibson centering pass, flag down high out front. Saved by Aiken in front. Loose puck, and that's chipped wide of goal. As Varga will battle behind the net, and Varga was going to go for a cross check right there. There's nothing more obvious than that call.
Well, great composure by Tommy there, Wells. As a Yale parent, I was looking maybe for him to not be quite as composed, but he did his job, and we'll see what the Yale boys can do, taking advantage of Varga's indiscretion.
So Varga in that real tempting position with the player's back turned, both hands on the stick, and he lowers the boom and ends up closing the penalty box door behind him as the Academy will try to kill their second consecutive power play. Off the draw, the Academy will control, and that puck is fired all the way down, splits the D, as Gorman will go back to control for Yale. Gorman out there with Grillo, and it looks like Hibson, as well as Zezima and Cobb. As that puck gets dumped deep, Cook back for the Academy. His clearing pass goes off the glass and probably off the referee as that goes to the point. Shot in on goal. Aiken will smother and hang on. And we'll get a stoppage here. 131, 132. Check that. Left to go on the penalty to Durasevich. And, I'm sorry, check that. Varga. Durasevich was the earlier penalty. 132 left on the penalty to Varga. 7:48 left to go in the first half here. Off the draw, Yale will control. Cobb sends it back to Grillo. Check that. That is Krasinski at the point. Krasinski over for Gorman, as that will go down low. Looking for Cobb as he cuts through the lower slot area. He will now control near side corner. Cobb cycles down low for Zezima, as that'll come out to the point now, as Krasinski will control there. Now Zezima sends it cross side. Cobb fans on the shot. That'll come back to the point. Shot in, and that'll go wide and up into the netting. We'll get a stoppage here. 1:01 left on the power play for Yale. And 7 minutes and 18 seconds left here in the first half. You got to imagine that's one of the tougher things to get together with no practices, Scotty, is that power play. Although Yale's had a significant amount of zone time here, they moved the puck well, just haven't converted.
Agreed.
Jurasevich battling there along the wall. Jurasevich battling with Van Dale. Van Dale now controlling for Yale. Van Dale will send it to the point. It'll come cross point now for Grillo. Over for Partridge. Partridge with a shot. That's blocked by Rinaldi, and Rinaldi will chase the center as Partridge will dump it back in out of the reach of Jurasevich, and he will chase for the Academy. Jurasevich fires it high and hard off the glass. Nice clearing play by Frank Jurasevich there, as that was probably within an inch of going up into the netting, but he gets it all the way down in behind Andronovich, and Partridge will come out of his zone. 20 seconds left on the penalty kill here, as Riva comes in over the zone line. He's bodied off there by Erishman. Jurasevich will control and send it all the way down, and there are 10 seconds left to go on the penalty to Varga. So the Academy, nice play there by Miknich as he looks to hit Gordon coming through the middle. Gordon with a burst of speed, not able to win the race for that loose puck. And Brennan will come back the other way, chip it up for Barrasso. Big Bobby Barrasso coming in over the blue line. Barrasso losing control of the puck there. Shot. Not sure if Aiken got a piece of that or not, but that will go into the near side corner, and the Academy will come back the other way. Gordon will leave it there for Chidekadere. Chidekadere will shoot. That hits a skate in front as Gordon controls. Now sends it back to the point for DeRoche. DeRoche looking through a screen. Rebound in front, and Chidekadere was right there, but not able to find the handle as the Yale Bulldogs will come out of the zone. Barrasso chips it around DeRoche and will chase, but Cook will beat him to the puck and come in behind Aiken. Cook with a burst of speed out the left wing side. Cook looking to headman for Gordon. Gordon with a heavy hip check there from Chris Avalone. And I don't know.
Curious on the call here.
They're going to call that a trip, but as a non-neutral observer, even I'll call myself, although I like to think I'm neutral. That was a brutal tripping call there. It looked like a pretty good old school barrel roll hip check. So
hard to see Avs to go to the box for that.
That was a nice hit by Chris Avalone, and not sure I agree with that call, even as a complete homer. So don't usually see calls go against Yale in this building. But that one did.
That one did. I feel like that the last play where they were onsides-ish was pretty heavily in favor of Yale.
Cook at the point now. Cook. This is why I miss you so much, Scotty. Academy with a shot that goes wide. Oh, and DeSantis at the side of the goal had an open goal mouth and just couldn't find the handle there, as Yale will control in the corner, sending it up the left wing wall, and it's kept in there by Williams at the point. Williams walking with a dangle, and Williams shoots it high and over Andronovich as it comes near side corner now for Chidekadere. Chidekadere over to Cook. Cook over for DeRoche. DeRoche looks backdoor for DeSantis, but the puck gets deflected in the slot and goes to the near side corner. DeSantis now sends it out for DeRoche. DeRoche back for Cook. Cook's shot goes in on goal. Andronovich will smother and hang on. 1:17 left to go. Check that 1:26 as I'm willing to bet the clock operator was asleep. I'm usually pretty good with the clock here. So the clock operator even in favor of Yale here with a little extra power play time and a little extra game time here as Yale faces a penalty kill.
A 2-minute, 15-second.
Actually, that favors the Academy, so I forgot that I forgot that penalty was on Yale there on Avs. As the Academy will control off the draw. Chidekadere walking in. That bouncing puck.
Great save, Carmine.
Goes through the slot. Great presence of mind by Andronovich to clear that. Wasn't sure that got in. Did that get in on him, Scotty? Looked like it would bounce in front, and it was a real nice job clearing it.
Yeah, he just got it out of trouble. Which
absolutely. And
doing anything to get out of trouble right now is in his favor. Great
glove save by Andronovich. As these Yale fans cheer the netminder on with 4:28 left to go here in the period and 59 seconds on the penalty to Chris Avalone. Face off. Oh.
A lot of entertaining reunions here. I saw Max Willard and Jack Williams reacquainting themselves in the crease on that first shift of the power play wells.
Off the draw, the Academy will control. And on the left wing side, that is hard to see. Gordon, as that puck gets cleared by Yale, will come all the way down, rolling in on Aiken. Aiken will tee it up there, and he will leave it for Jurasevich. Puck comes up the right wing side now. This is Gavers. Gavers, somehow the Academy stayed on side there as Gavers made an irregular move at the blue line, and Gordon will control just inside the blue and dump it deep for Gavers with 25 seconds left to go on this penalty. Puck will come back to the point now, where Varga will field it, sends it down for Gavers, and now Gordon. Gordon half wall for Gavers. Gavers down for Gordon. Gordon looks to center, fans on the centering pass, and Yale will clear it with 7 seconds left to go on the penalty to Chris Avalone, and Aiken will tee it up there for Varga. Varga comes out from behind his own net, sends it through center. Tip pass up for Gavers. Doesn't connect. Backhand chip by Rinaldi is a little off the mark, but the Academy will control. And Rinaldi and looks like Miknich coming up the left-hand side as Gavers comes in to chase. Erisman, good play there to step up and dump it deeper with 3:01 left to go here in period number 1. And Yale going through the zone. Chris Cobb looking to break.
Aiden
Cobb. Chris would be his father.
Chris is breaking somewhere, we know at this moment.
And we're going to get a whistle here and a penalty with 2:47 left to go here in the first period, first half, and looks like Jack Gordon's going to go on an interference call.
Well, this is power play practice for the Yale Bulldogs, Wells. This is the most they've gotten in the last several weeks.
So 2:47 left to go as Coach Scott Gainey is talking to the officials. And Gordon will go off for interference. So the Bulldogs with a golden opportunity here to get back in this hockey game, down 2-0. A goal here would certainly make it a more interesting conclusion to the half, as on the draw, Zezima steps in and wins it back for Grillo. Grillo sending it over for Partridge. Partridge will skate down the right wing side, hit hard there by Colin Anna, and Nick DeSantis will control. And DeSantis will fire that all the way down out of the reach. Actually, Grillo got
by the ref there, yeah. That's a Yale ref.
Now the refs are pinching on behalf of the Bulldogs as Grillo comes down the left wing side. Back to the point now. Barrasso chips it over to the far side for Partridge. Partridge down low. Shot in on goal. Aiken will smother and hang on. And we'll get a stoppage here. 1:26 left to go on the penalty to Gordon. 2:12 left to go in the first period, and the Academy on top 2-0. Coach Scott Gainey changing up the lines for the Academy. Yale will stick with what they've got. Zezima, Brennan, and big Bobby Barrasso. Grillo and Partridge at the points as Barrasso sends it back for Grillo. And another bouncing puck there as it hops over the stick of Cam Grillo. Grillo over for Partridge, back to Grillo. Grillo moving up the left wing side, gains the red line. Dishes there for Zezima. Zezima challenged and losing the puck there to Chudekadair, who will dump it all the way down. And Ryan Miknich, the forward from Anchorage, Alaska, chases there for the Academy.
Here comes Bobby.
Bob Barrasso playing at Taft this winter and Yale this fall, coming down the left wing side. Two Taft players on this Yale team, Bobby Barrasso and Max Willard. Aiden Cobb, of course, at Kent. Chris Avalone at Loomis Chaffee. How do I know so much about these Yale players? Because they were former Westchester Express, where Tommy Aiken and Jack Williams, Jack Gordon, and Frank Jurasevich all played last year. Right wing side, centering pass. Varga is there, comes back to the point, shot in. That's blocked out high. And Chudekadair will chase at center as Haywood will control for Yale. Haywood looking near side for Kwasinski. Kwasinski with the puck. 18 seconds left to go on the penalty to Gordon as Kwasinski moves in over the line by Varga. Varga forces him in behind the goal. Kwasinski sends it around, comes back to the point now. Shot is blocked there by Rinaldi, and Rinaldi will chase Haywood to center. Haywood circling back at his zone as Rinaldi pressures Zezima now, chipping it up for Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss coming down the left wing side. Hotchkiss bodied off there by Charlie DeRoche, the Prince Edward Island native, as that comes up the left wing side. And Justin Gordon streaking down the left side, centers it for DeRoche. Just behind him a little bit. Nice play by the Yale defense there to chip it out of the reach of the Academy as the Bulldogs come back the other way with Zezima. Zezima's shot is blocked out high. And Williams, backhand centering pass, comes up the left wing side. It's picked off there by Kyle Stober. Moving in now is Aiden Cobb. Aiden Cobb's down low. His centering pass goes right to Caden Varga, as Varga will skate through center and gain the blue line and dump it in. Back to chase for the Bulldogs is Gorman. And Gorman will send it around for Max Willard as the buzzer sounds to end the first period. And the Academy on top, 2-0, as we will take a break here in just a minute. But we're joined now by Annabelle Aiken, and we're going to get some first half analysis from Annabelle, who had her rookie debut as a broadcaster yesterday. Annabelle, what'd you think of that first period?
Really well. I think Yale did a lot of passing, too.
Yale did a lot of passing, nice passing. Like I said, what'd you think of the Academy's play in that first period?
They were like going back and forth really fast. They were skating really fast, I think.
And how about netminder Tommy Aiken? What'd you think of his play in that first half?
Yeah, he did really well, I think.
All right, let's see if we can get that headset back to Scotty Too Hottie Willard as we get set to take a break here. And at the end of the first half, the Academy leads 2-0. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back with 15 National Hockey on YouTube in just a few minutes. So the team's underway here as we start the second half from Northford. And that puck will go in the zone, in behind Andronovich, as we'll clear that graphic for you in just a second. Puck will come out to Aiden Arishman at the point. And Yale will control coming through center as the teams are back at even strength. The Academy coming through center. This is Jack Gort now, and the Academy going in offsides with 22:04 left to go here in the second half and in the hockey game. So the face-off will be just outside the Bulldog zone, across from the Bulldogs bench, as Gavers will step in with Gorton and Silverstein. And the puck will come back now for Grillo. Grillo will control for Yale. He's pressured there as the puck's out of the reach of Gordon. And Durasevich will chase all the way down. This is an icing on Yale, and we'll get a stoppage here. 21:50 left to go in the second period. The Academy still with a 2-0 lead. Face off to the left of Andronovich. DeSantis out there with Rinaldi and Justin Gordon. Gorman will chase that around. Gordon keeps it in along the left-hand wall. That was Gorman to Gordon. As Yale will come back the other way on that play, looked offsides, and it is. We'll get a stoppage here. So a slow start with a lot of whistles so far. Three to be exact in the first minute or so of the second half, Scotty.
I'm not wheezing, am I?
Not wheezing in the least bit. That bathroom's further than it looks, isn't it?
And these stairs are a little steeper than they look. Well,
we're not as young and spry as we used to be, Mr. Willard. As the puck will come around for Durasevich. Durasevich will chip it up for DeSantis. DeSantis moving through the middle. DeSantis now. His shot goes wide. Rinaldi chases there, bodied off by Krasinski. Krasinski will chase now far corner. Chips it up the wall for Brennan. Brennan sends it back around near side now where DeSantis head fakes and gains control of the puck there. He's challenged by Trout. And out comes Yale as Barrasso comes through the middle. Big Bobby Barrasso moving over the red line, over the blue line. Barrasso's got a step. Barrasso sends it back to the point, out of the reach. And as I say, Bobby Barrasso had a step. You'll recall the last time I said somebody had a step, it was Anthony Cipollone, and that was in the state semifinals against Syracuse. Cipollone has a step.
I do remember.
Followed by a lot of girlish screaming by Mr. Scott Willard as the Academy won the state semi. Check that as the Westchester
Express
won the state semifinal and went on to the state championship last year as the Academy controls behind the goal line. Puck will come up the left wing side. That will come out to the point. Gets sent back around where Aiken miscommunicates with his D again, but makes a smart pass up the left wing wall. And that puck will come back to center where it's chipped to the right side for Varga. Varga moving down the right wing side now. Varga sends it in behind the goal where Williams will control. Williams looking to walk off the wall, and he will. Chips it down low for Varga. Varga has it in his skates, kicks it up to his stick, back for Williams. Williams down to Varga, centering pass back to Williams. Williams kicks it over left side for DeRoche. DeRoche walking in, that shot is blocked. And Yale looks to have a 2-on-1 here as they come down the ice. Hipson streaking through the middle. Good work there by a back-checking Charlie DeRoche to prevent a scoring opportunity there by Chris Hipson as that centering pass was right on his stick. And a nice little stick lift there at the last minute by Charlie DeRoche. Erishman leaving for Steele. Steele starts to come out the left side, thinks better of it, and sends near side for Erishman. Erishman kicking it up for Gorton, and Gorton did not get a stick on that, so that'll go for an icing. 19-14 left to go here in period number 2.
That looked like a good as chance as any, Wells, from Haywood out of Hotchkiss over for Hipson.
Yeah, so Haywood and Hipson, the two H's. They don't both go to Hotchkiss, do they?
No. Well, not yet.
Not yet.
Only Haywood at this point.
A lot of Yale affiliation with Hotchkiss. Netminder Henry Wilder will be the starting netminder at Hotchkiss this fall. He plays for Yale's U16 team. And he played extremely well in 2 tough losses yesterday, one to the Academy 16s and one to the New Jersey Avalanche, losing in a shootout as the clock struck midnight last night. Yale controlling behind the net, behind Aiken. And this is Avalone down pinching deep. Puck will go behind the net. And the Academy will come out the left side. Chipped up for Tyler Silverstein. Silverstein and Gorton coming up the right-hand side. Silverstein with a backhand cycle that is picked off there by Yale, and they will come out of the zone.
Aiden to Aiden pass, not quite connected there, Wells.
Aiden Hotchkiss to Aiden Cobb, or Cobb to Hotchkiss, as now Cobb comes in behind Aiken. And Hotchkiss gets dumped in front, no call. Puck comes to the point now, where Gorman will send it deeper for Cobb. Now Hotchkiss. Hotchkiss cycles it deeper, and it's chased there by Van Dale. Puck will go along the left wing boards and come out to center. And comes near side wall, where the Academy will control. Silverstein now chips it out of the zone. Yale will just dump it right back in there in behind Aiken, and Yale will go for a line change with just over 18 minutes left to go here in the second half. And the Academy on top 2-0 as Austin Cook comes down the right wing side. Cook bodied off there. And DeSantis coming in hard. He's hit by Bobby Barrasso. As now Grillo will come in from behind Andradovich. Puck lost there. Nice play in front by number 2, Birch Gorman, to thwart that scoring opportunity, and centering pass shot in on Aiken. He will deaden that puck and cover up for a stoppage with 17:39 left to go here in the second half.
You may find it hard to believe, Wells, but there's a lot more shooting from this Yale squad today than we've seen during most of the season.
Well, shooting is good. It generally leads to goals. We'll see how that works for Yale here with the final 17.5 minutes as Barrasso wins it back to Grillo. Grillo with a shot down low for Durasevich. Durasevich over for Cook. That pass tipped and didn't quite get to Cook, as Yale will control now behind the goal line. And that'll go far side for Stober. Stober tries to chip it back to the point, where Krasinski does a nice job to keep it in there. But on the second effort, the Academy able to clear, and Trout will chase for the Nationals. Baseball reference there, Scotty.
This Trout's out of Eagle Brook School.
Yeah. Trout's what, with the Angels?
I think it's the Angels. Yeah.
Angels. So I'll stick to hockey references going forward as Krasinski controls in behind Andronovich. Andronovich up the left wing side for Barrasso. Barrasso chips it further for Van Dale. Van Dale coming in over the line. His drop pass left goes right to Williams. And back the other way comes Micknick. Micknick moving in, cutting through center. Chedekadere gloves that one down, puts it in on goal, and Andronovich will glove that one and hang on. Faceoff will come to his left, 16:40 left to go here in the second half. Faceoff will come to the left of the Yale netminder. Thought we might see a matchup of former Westchester Express goalies Alex Rolfe and Tommy Aiken today, but
you're not the only Westchester goalie parent who had that perspective. Well,
as the puck will come back to the point here, and Williams will control, shot in on goal, and Andronovich steers that to the side. And Yale will control now, as they will send it out of the reach of everybody, and DeRoche will chase for the Academy. Charlie DeRoche getting his first goal of the season in yesterday's tilt. As Yale controls, it'll come back to the point now. That shot in on Aiken and goes wide of goal. As Van Dale will chase in the corner, chipping it back for Partridge, but not enough juice on that one. Williams will control and send it up the left wing side for Rinaldi. Rinaldi leans in. Nice pass there for Williams. Williams with a shot that goes wide into the near side corner, where Varga will chase for the Academy. As Partridge controls for Yale behind the net. Chip up the right wing wall for Brennan. And now it's sent all the way back around by Partridge for Haywood. Haywood hounded there by Chedekadere. Breakout pass coming up the left wing side for Zezima. That's chipped back in on goal. Andronovich steers that aside, where Yale will control and come back to center. Varga now with the puck for the Academy. Varga, headman pass for Chedekadere. Chedekadere moving down the right wing side. Victor dropping the shoulder and cutting in front. And Andronovich looks behind him as everybody crashes into the goal. Good opportunity there for Jack Williams as he threw that off of Andronovich's right pad, and Carmine thought that got behind him as he looked over his left shoulder, but he made the save, and we get a stoppage here with the net off and 15:26 remaining in the second half.
So, Wells, I think the quirks of a split-season team are what got in the way of that matchup today, with Carmine needing to be back at the gunnery before the conclusion of the Avalanche game.
Check that, roger that, as Gavers steps in on the faceoff with Anna and Gorton. Erishman at the point along with Steele. Puck will come to Erishman. He's not able to keep there. He'll dump it back in deep, and they got a delayed offsides up as Gavers chases. And that will come all the way out of the zone. I'm sure there's some politicking on the left-hand side for a intentional offsides, but I'm not sure the officials know Felix Gavers is from Latvia, and I'm not sure what the Latvian word for offsides is, Scotty.
I'm sure he'll try to learn that as late as he possibly can in the season.
Off the draw. Academy controlling. This is Gavers. Gavers moving in with a shot. So the Academy with goals from Justin Gordon and Frank Durasevich at a 2-0 lead here as we approach the 15-minute mark of the second half. Steele chasing in there for the Academy. Steele battling with Cobb. Hotchkiss now for Yale. Hotchkiss along the far wall. Hotchkiss walking off the wall. Drop pass there for Willard. And a little bit behind him as Willard will control inside the defensive blue line, sending it back up the ice, where Steele will send it over for Erisman. Erisman up the left wing wall, off an Academy player, and that deadens it enough to avoid the icing as Gavers on the forecheck, and now joined by Gorton. Gavers battling hard there, comes up with the puck, but ultimately muscled off, and Aiden Cobb will chip a pass to the middle of the ice, where it's overskated by Willard, but Willard regains possession and sends it back to Avalone. Avalone's pass stepping up there is Frank Durasevich. He chips it up and out of play, and we'll get a stoppage. 14-13 left to go here in period number 2. Well, Scotty, I'm going to wrap you up and take you with me for future broadcasts.
So what game is this for the Academy today, Will? The first or the second?
This is their one and only game today.
Okay.
They've got 2 on the weekend as DeSantis moves in over the line. Backhand pass for Silverstein just out of his reach, and it will come back now down the left wing side. That is Stober. Stober dumps it deeper into the corner and will chase there. Hard hit by Stober on Austin Cook, and Hibson joins the fray as Durasevich will come out the left-hand side. Up for Gordon, check that, and Gordon sends it up for DeSantis. DeSantis moving in. DeSantis tries to split the D, and he does, but loses control of the puck.
And Grillo coming in. Heavy again.
High, heavy, hard hit by Grillo. Not high enough for a penalty, but up in the shoulder area as Barrasso comes in over the blue line. Barrasso shot in on Aiken. Aiken steers that calmly to his right. And another hard hit there as the kidding has really picked up. That was Stober on Silverstein, and the Academy back the other way. As Yale starting to see a little more fight in that Bulldog.
It looks like that's right, Will. Big Bobby.
And we're going to get a penalty behind the play. Looks like we're going to get both players. DeSantis and Grillo are both going to go here. So we're going to play 5-on-5 hockey. As DeSantis and Grillo will both head to the box. My guess would be for one's for a slash and the other for a trip. As that was behind the play, not sure who and who. They've got a time up on the board, but that is obviously incorrect as we'll play 5-on-5. And the timekeeper promptly takes that down with 13-12 left to go here in the second half. Chinekanair out there with Williams. DeRoche. Anna. Puck will come back to the point now, near side. Teams battling just inside the Yale blue line. Partridge now for Yale. As Ryan Miknich steals the puck from Partridge, and Miknich will walk off the wall and now reverses for DeRoche. DeRoche's shot goes in, and that's deflected up high and wide of the net. It'll come down for Miknich again. Miknich cycling back low, and it'll come out to the point now. Shot in on goal, steered aside, right pad stop by Andronovich. Puck comes back to DeRoche. DeRoche dangerously with the puck at his skates, kicks it forward, and was almost beat on an odd man rush there, but it goes too far and comes back for Varga. The Academy thwarted on the breakout as Chinekanair circles back in the zone. And the centering pass there by DeRoche picked off in on goal, and that hits the post in behind Tommy Aiken. And a golden shorthanded opportunity on the errant pass by DeRoche. As the Academy will battle along the near side wall, and Yale warming to the task, but Aiken shuts it down with a smother there and a stoppage in play. Face-off coming to his left as Yale in the 5-on-5 situation there. I think I might have said shorthanded. That was incorrect. In the 5-on-5 situation there, off the errant clearing attempt, getting some good opportunities there.
Zach Van Dale's a terrific competitor, Wells, at Choate this year, and we're going to see more of that as this game continues.
Off the draw, Gavers now controlling for the Academy. Gavers looking for Rinaldi on the right wing side. That pass behind him, but clears the zone. Shot in on goal. That hits Steele in the midsection. Steele leaves for Arisman. Arisman kicks it up the right-hand side for Rinaldi. He's bodied there, and Aiden Cobb will come back the other way. Aiden tries to go around Aiden. Aiden Cobb around Aiden Arisman, but no sale there. Arisman chips it around for Colin Anna. Colin Anna eludes the referee. His breakout pass heads up for Rinaldi. Rinaldi moving in over the blue line. Rinaldi checked off along the wall. Colin Anna comes in to help out. Anna tripped up behind the play. No call. As Yale will come up the left-hand side. Aiden Cobb. Cobb leaves it up for Grillo. And that pass goes back the other way. This is Gavers now. Gavers moving in. Gavers with a shot. And we're going to get a call here. That's going to be a hooking call. And
Avs on Gavs?
It's going to go against...
Looks like it's Avalon.
Is that 8 over there? Or is that
no, it's Chris.
No, it's 4, Avalon.
Yes.
So
Avs on Gavs.
Avs on Gavs. It's a new talk show coming to NPR this fall, Avs and Gavs.
Discuss amongst yourselves.
It's Coffee Talk with Pat. And 11:19 left to go here in the period number 1. The Academy on the power play. As off the draw, Yale will control, and they will look to come out of the zone. And they do. Pass up the wing for Hibson. As DeRoche wards him off, and Cook controls in behind Aiken. Cook coming out to Aiken's right. Sends a pass up the left-hand side for Colin Anna. Colin Anna moving in over the line. Check that, that's 11, not 10. That's Ryan Micknich. Micknich back to the point for Cook. Cook will look at his options there, sends it over for DeRoche. DeRoche back for Cook. Cook for DeRoche. DeRoche walks the middle, sends down low for Chinekanair. Chinekanair evades the pressure there. He will walk to the middle. Victor looking for something. He'll shoot. That's blocked high. Hits a leg out in the slot. Comes back for DeRoche at the point. DeRoche now walking in. DeRoche with a shot that goes up the left pad of Andronovich and comes to the near side wall where it's cleared all the way down by Van Dale.
C.J. Zezima out of Trinity Pauling.
Zezima,
former mid-Fairfield player we saw a bunch last year, Wells.
So 23, not 20. Zezima, not Van Dale, as the Academy will control. Thank you for the correction there, Scotty. As Jurasevich sends it up the right side for Micknich. Micknich's pass behind Trudekanair a little bit, but he controls and comes in over the zone line. Trudekanair drops it back for Jurasevich.
Big Bobby.
Has his pocket picked there by Barrasso, and Barrasso will come back the other way. And Barrasso having trouble corralling that puck on this ice that's got to be somewhat difficult at this point in the day. Back the other way comes Rinaldi. Drop pass for Gordon. Gordon sends it back to the point. Jurasevich with a shot, looking for his second goal of the game, and Andronovich covers that one up. A little bit of a stir in the crowd on the activity after the whistle, but I don't think much going on there.
We saw a little reunion between Frankie and Bobby down at the down to our left here, Wells. Old friends.
And somewhere I went wrong with the clock. We've got 9:35 left to go, not 11 minutes, so we'll get that corrected. 18 seconds left to go on the Academy power play. And off the draw, Rinaldi will win that draw. It'll come over for Justin Gordon. Gordon circles, skates deeper into the zone, hauled down, no call. Gordon in behind Andronovich. Gordon sends it back to DeSantis. DeSantis for Varga. Varga down low for Jurasevich. Jurasevich with a shot. That's steered aside by the Yale netminder. And Yale will come back the other way. This is Hotchkiss with a head of steam through center. Hotchkiss as the left winger there for Yale, narrowly avoided. Aiken with a pad stop on the wraparound there on Hotchkiss as he looked to have the netminder beat, but Aiken flashed that right pad, made the save with 8:56 left to go here in the second half. And a big-time stop there by the netminder from Winchester, Massachusetts. Coming down the right-hand side is DeSantis, 3-on-1. Centers it for Justin Gordon, and that pass a little bit in his skates. And it comes back to the point now. Shot in on goal. Left pad stop by Andronovich. Some good goaltending at both ends here as Riva comes back the other way for Yale. Riva up the left wing side. Erishman. Riva. Teams battling in the near corner. Erishman gets some help from DeSantis. Van Dale there for Yale. And Riva. Sent around far side where Cobb will chase for Yale. Pass up the wall for Anna. He'll chip it further for Gorman. Gorman sends it near side for Grillo. Grillo left wall for Cobb. Cobb's got a step. Cobb moving in. He's got a shot. Aiken will glove that. Bobbles it momentarily, but covers up in front. 7:51 left to go here in the second half. And the Academy still on top 2-0, but Yale with some quality scoring opportunities here the last couple of minutes.
Absolutely. Looks like Kent School, Loomis, Chafee, the Gunnery, and Taft out there right now from our New England collection.
Off the draw, Chris Cobb, Aiden Cobb rather. Chris hasn't won a draw in a long time there, but Aiden wins that one, and the puck will come back for Willard. Willard there circles, evades Colin Anna, sends a pass up the right-hand side for Cole Brennan. Anna and Brennan battle there. Puck will come deeper now, where it's controlled behind the net by the Academy. This is Gavers. Gavers coming off the wall. Gavers with a shot. That's harmlessly in on Andronovich. He'll swat that one aside. And up the right-hand side, Brennan unable to clear as Anna controls there. Checked off by Brennan. And now Cobb will come out with Stober. Stober bodied off there by Gavers. It'll come back to Avalon. Avs will dump it deeper. And now the Academy coming out of the zone as Micknich controls along the left-hand wall. Micknich sends it up the right side for Cook. Austin Cook moving in. Cook with a shot off the leg of Chris Avalone. Micknich, far side wall. Micknich as Barrasso takes control, and Barrasso chips it around for Avalone.
And still bouncy out there, Wells. Very bouncy.
A lot of former Westchester Express players on this ice there, Scotty Ward. As DeRoche sends it up the right-hand side for Williams. Williams up for Chinekanair. Chinekanair.
Yeah, Wells, I'd say Mid-Fairfield and Westchester Express both represented very well on this ice right now.
Absolutely. Probably have what? 15 or so former players from the two teams?
That's probably right.
You got Willard, Barrasso, Avalone,
Hotchkiss, Williams.
Hotchkiss, Williams, Zezima, Aiken, who watches that puck go wide.
Xander Rolfe.
Rolfe. Cobb.
Danny Faricelli.
Faricelli played a tournament, as Aiken will glove that one and hang on.
Danny, unfortunately, out with a second ACL tear for the rest of this season, which is a real bummer for his gunnery coaching staff.
Any idea how that was done, Scotty? Was that hockey or football related?
I think it was hockey. I think it may have been one of my few weekends off, Wells.
Gotcha.
Actually, there are no weekends off. I may have been watching squirt hockey instead of midget hockey.
A father's work is never done as DeSantis steps in. DeSantis, Hotchkiss wins that one. That'll come back to the point. Shot in. That's blocked up high in the slot. Cobb will control there. He sends it back to the point. Another shot that hits a skate out front as Erishman blocked that one. And Gordon chips it up now for DeSantis. DeSantis looking for Rinaldi down the left-hand side. DeSantis chips it out for Justin Gordon. Gordon with one of the two Academy goals in this game, and a close one as we expected. 2-0 the Academy getting the quick jump, but things evening out considerably since then, as the teams have played scoreless for most of the rest of the game following those two early goals.
And a pretty heavy game, Wells, as the game's gone on.
Yeah.
A lot more contact.
These teams getting used to a new rivalry. Friends playing against friends, enemies playing against enemies, but by the end of the season, they'll all be enemies in the best of ways in an intense rivalry that will continue on at states and on into regionals, as I would expect both these teams should get a bid to regionals regardless of what happens at states. And then we'll see where the national picture shapes up from there, as Anna sends it left-hand side now. Moving in is Cook. Cook sends a shot in, and Carmine sends that in the near side corner, and Andronovich will smother and hang on here. Face-off coming to his left with 4:37 left to go here in the second half. A little unclear as to what the rules are on overtime shootouts and what. Some games have ended in a tie, Scotty, and some have gone to overtime. I don't know. This is a Connecticut Hockey Conference game, so I don't know if that has some bearing on it.
What we've seen, Wells, a little bit is the Beast League requires a winner, which takes a shootout. And so we've had tournaments this season where there's a Beast League game that's been a tie for the tournament and gone to a shootout for that particular set of standings.
Now, see, I don't even know where Selects Academy falls in that whole thing. They are participating in the Beast Series, but I don't know if they're a full-fledged member of the Beast League, so to speak, or Beast Series. Is Yale, I believe Yale's in the Beast Showcase up in Walpole, Mass next weekend,
yes,
as
sir.
is the Academy. So we will all trek up to Boston, a short drive for me, a little longer drive for you.
That's a longer drive for Mrs. Willard.
Mrs. Willard on duty next weekend.
I'm in Buffalo, so I'm working too.
See you in the Falls. As Avalone controls now, sends it far side for, looks like Grillo. Couldn't tell if that was a 6 or a 5 for a minute. As now Zezima will control and come up the right wing side and chips it ahead for Brennan. Brennan back for Zezima. Zezima walking through the slot. Puck will come back up high to the point. Pass over for Avalone. Avalone shot hits a skate up high, and we're going to get a stoppage here with 3:44 left to go and a hooking call. We'll see who that's against as we get our clock corrected here. Looks like Jack Gordon is going to head off.
And Wells, I am obligated to put in a word for the sponsor of my trip to Buffalo, which is the Big Ditch Brewery and the Hayburner IPA.
And this power play, of course, brought to you by Snickers.
So Hotchkiss, Van Dale, Cobb, Grillo, and Partridge on the power play.
Off the draw, the Academy will control and set it all the way down. 3:38 left to go here in the hockey game. Assuming there's no overtime or shootout, with 1:50 left to go on the penalty to Jack Orton. DeRoche stepping up, but it's chipped by him. And the players will battle in the far corner there as Van Dale sends it to Cobb. Cobb back to the point where Partridge sends it back to Cobb. Down low for Grillo. Grillo's shot is handled there by Aiken. He kicks that one out. Puck comes off the right wing wall and sent all the way down where Partridge will retreat and retrieve for Yale. Partridge, headman pass for Van Dale. Van Dale with a step, and he's hauled down.
There's a 5-on-3.
And we're going to get a 5-on-3 here with 2:56 left to go. We have to correct that clock here as we've got the penalties on the wrong side. All of those corrected. Let's get that corrected. And get the
Quick shot of Howard Cosell for the fans. Wells, are we gonna?
Yeah, that was another.
Maybe during the timeout.
That was another of our dynamic duos. Is we have a timeout. We had Howard Cosell and O.J. Simpson.
That's right.
Right.
And Tony Soprano, and that wasn't Big Pussy Bompanciero. That was
Silvio Dante.
Silvio Dante.
That's right. And
for the Bruce Springsteen fans out there.
That's right. And I was going to put up Bruce Jenner and Caitlyn Jenner, but that, of course, is a topic a bridge too far for this broadcast. As Coach Scott Gainey climbs the glass to speak to the officials. So minute 13, check that, of two-man advantage here for the Yale Bulldogs. So a golden opportunity for them to get back in this hockey game and possibly tie it if they can get 2 power play goals here. As Aiken heads back to the net and Yale
Looks
comes
like a
on out.
6-on-3, Wells.
We're going to have the goalie pulled, so we're going to go 6-on-3. Risky play here by Yale, but you see that more and more from the NHL on down. Teams pulling their goalie early, playing the percentages. The advantage here for the Academy, of course, is that they can ice the puck being down a man. So anytime they get possession, they can take free shots at the Yale goal. As the Academy sends out Chernekiner with Durasevic.
And I can assure you, Wells, this is not a situation that the Yale Bulldogs have practiced this year.
Chernekiner off the draw, wins it, comes back for Avalon. Avalon with a shot. That hits a skate and goes into the far corner. Cobb sends it out to the point now. Partridge looks over for Avalon. Avalon walking in. Avalon with a shot that hits a skate. And Aiken makes a right pad stop, and that will go all the way down. And at the next stoppage, I got a good practice penalty kill power play story for you, Scotty. If we get a stoppage in play here with 50 seconds left on the two-man advantage as Yale comes through center ice. Aiden Cobb now. Cobb dancing there. Cobb pulls up. Cobb looking at his options. Academy content 5-on-3 to let him hang out on the wall as he skates down now low and leaves it for Van Dale. Van Dale back to Partridge. Partridge down low for Avalon. Avalon walking in, and Aiken will smother that with 30 seconds left on the two-man advantage and 2:13 left in the period. A minute 18 of total power play time left for Yale. So at the next stoppage, we'll see if we can get that story in here as off the draw. Yale controls that. Zezima leaving it for Van Dale. Van Dale walking below the goal line. Van Dale looks to center there, and that puck is kicked out high to Gorman. Puck comes in. That's kicked out high and wide. 16 seconds left on the two-man. Comes back to Gorman at the point. Gorman sending it down low there for Van Dale. Van Dale's shot is blocked by Cook. Another shot, that goes high and over Aiken's head. That'll come near side now. Final 4 seconds of the 5-on-3. Gorman walking in. That hits a stick, goes up into the netting. And the Academy is killed off the 5-on-3. They'll have 47 seconds left of a 5-on-4. So one night at Islanders Hockey Club practice, parent walks in and sees the team practicing a 5-on-3 and says, "Why are we practicing a 5-on-3? We never get those." To which I turned to the parent and said, "We're not practicing the 5, we're practicing the 3." Which was often a situation for the Islanders Hockey Club.
Is that right?
They spent a few minutes in the box every game. Yale controlling now with 40 seconds left on the penalty. Aiken with a stop there in front. And he's unable to cover up, but just long enough for a whistle. And the referee Says, hey, you made me look bad. If you're going to freeze it, freeze it. 36 seconds left to go on the penalty. And off the draw, Yale will control. Shot, that gets deflected up and over Aiken. Shot by Hotchkiss as Zezima controls in the near corner. Puck up the wall, Gorman keeps it in there. Off the wall. As Rinaldi will control, and Rinaldi shoots it all the way down. That hits a divot and skids to the left. Skirts, something with an S.
Skirts. I'm working on my rap lyrics here, Wells.
God help us.
With a little skirt.
God help us. As the puck comes back to the point. Jumps over the stick of Gorman back to center. That goes back in offsides. The Academy will control. And that shot at the empty net hits Gorman as he flags it down with his left hand, and he'll go in behind the vacated net and attempt to set up in the final 40 seconds. Here's the Academy with a big 5-on-3 kill there. And the pass back through center is off the mark as Steele sends it up the left-hand side, and that puck is chipped all the way down. And we'll go for icing here, and we'll get a stoppage and play face-off back to the left of Aiken with 24.8, call it 25 seconds left to go here in the hockey game.
That was critical practice time, Wells, that the Yale Bulldogs were able to take advantage of in the last 3 minutes there. Of special situations.
Off the draw, DeSantis not able to control that one as Grillo sends it in deep. The Academy will chase there. Durasevic sends it up the left-hand side. Chip along the wall past Avalon. Academy will chip it out there. And DeSantis will gain center, send it over for Gordon, and Gordon will dump it into the empty net. And the Academy, with their third goal of the game, Gordon's second, will take a 3-0 lead here, and that likely will stand up to be your final score with just 7.5 seconds left to go here in regulation. So a spirited hockey game between these two, and one which is sure to see intensity grow as they play twice the third weekend in October, and then we'll play again at States and again likely at Regionals. But we'll see how that goes. A lot of other good teams in the mix as well. So you would expect them to meet, but they may or may not meet as Durasevic skates it into the corner. And the final buzzer sounds, and the Academy wins the first meeting of the season between these two teams. So Andronovich with a strong performance in net, as Aiken also has a strong performance with the shutout. The Academy with 3 goals, an empty netter by Justin Gordon. He finished the scoring and started it. And Frank Durasevic also with a goal in the middle there early in the first half to put the Academy up 2-0 at that time. So the teams will move to center ice and shake hands. Your final thoughts, Scott Willett?
Well, I'm looking forward to the next one, Wells, for sure. Obviously, the practice that the Academy team will have in the meantime will be sure to refine what they showed today, and the Yale boys are certainly building a lot of desire to change the result the next time. And I'm pretty sure that your Westchester goalie counterpart will make a strong case to have a Westchester reunion in the pipes.
Always would be fun. If that goes half as difficult as it went between Ralphie and myself in the bar, that could be an epic battle between the two. So, this is Wells Aiken alongside Scotty Willard saying so long from Northford Ice Pavilion, where the final score for the final time is your SASKS Academy 15 Nationals 3, your Yale Bulldogs 0. And we'll see you again next weekend, everybody, live from Walpole for the Beast Showcase. Have a great week, everyone.